There comes a moment in every person's life when they pause, look at the pace they're running at, and quietly ask themselves, is this really the life I want to live? We spend years chasing deadlines, drowning in tasks, and confusing movement with progress. But what if the real breakthrough isn't in doing more? It's in doing what truly matters. This is the heart of the philosophy behind Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek, a blueprint for reclaiming your time, your energy, and your freedom. And today, we explore its most powerful principles. The first principle is deceptively simple, yet life-changing. Ask yourself, if this is the only thing I accomplish today, will I be satisfied? This question cuts through the noise. It forces you to identify the one task that truly moves your life forward. Most people spend their days reacting, answering messages, attending meetings, checking notifications. But productivity isn't about being busy. It's about being intentional. When you begin your day with this question, you stop scattering your energy and start directing it like a laser. Suddenly, your day becomes meaningful, not chaotic. This leads naturally into the second principle. Focus on the 20% of work that brings 80% of the results. Known as the Pareto Principle, it reveals a truth most people ignore. Not all tasks are equal. A small portion of your efforts creates the majority of your success. The problem is, we often hide in the comfortable 80%, the easy tasks, the routine tasks, the tasks that make us feel productive but don't actually change anything. When you identify your 20%, you unlock leverage. You stop working harder and start working smarter. You stop chasing everything and start mastering the few things that matter. But even the most powerful priorities need boundaries. That's why the third principle is essential. Clearly define time for work and relaxation. Without boundaries, work expands endlessly. You check emails at midnight, think about tasks during dinner, and slowly lose the ability to rest. But when you create clear windows, this is work time, this is rest time, your mind becomes sharper, your energy becomes cleaner, and your life becomes more balanced. Productivity without rest is burnout. Rest without productivity is stagnation. The magic lies in the rhythm between the two. The fourth principle reminds us of something we often forget. Develop the most important habit, action. Ideas are everywhere. Plans are everywhere. But action is rare. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect confidence. But perfection is a trap. Progress begins the moment you take the first imperfect step. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence builds results. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. And that brings us to the fifth principle. Focus on being productive instead of busy. Busyness is a form of laziness, a way to avoid the hard, meaningful work by drowning in the easy, meaningless work. Anyone can fill their day with tasks, but it takes courage to choose the few tasks that actually matter. Productivity is not measured by how much you do, but by how much impact your actions create. When you shift from busyness to productivity, your life transforms from cluttered to clear. The sixth principle is a game changer for anyone who feels overwhelmed. Delegate and automate unimportant tasks. You don't need to do everything yourself. In fact, you shouldn't. Your time is your most valuable asset. Every minute spent on low-value tasks is a minute stolen from your goals, your dreams, your growth. Automation and delegation free your mind and schedule so you can focus on what only you can do. The goal isn't to work more, it's to work less on the things that don't matter. The seventh principle adds a powerful tactical shift. Do your most important task before 11 a.m. Why? Because mornings are when your mind is clearest, your willpower is strongest, and your distractions are lowest. If you win your morning, you win your day. By tackling your highest impact task early, you create momentum that carries you forward. You stop ending your days with regret and start ending them with satisfaction. The eighth principle challenges a common misconception. Improve income per hour, not total income. Most people chase higher salaries, longer hours, and bigger workloads. But true freedom comes from earning more in less time. When you increase your value, your efficiency, and your leverage, you create a life where money supports your freedom instead of controlling your time. Wealth isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in hours of life you control. The ninth principle is a reminder that resonates deeply. Age doesn't matter, an open mind does. Whether you're 18 or 80, reinvention is always possible. The world rewards those who stay curious, adaptable, and willing to learn. Your age is not your limit. Your mindset is. When you stay open, you stay alive. You stay growing. You stay capable of creating a life that excites you. The 10th principle is one of the hardest to practice. Quit things that aren't working. Society glorifies persistence, but persistence without direction is wasted effort. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is walk away from a project, a habit, a job, or even a dream that no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Quitting isn't failure. Quitting is choosing, and choosing is power. The 11th principle brings everything together. Learn how to control your time. Time is the currency of life. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose opportunities and create new ones. But time, once spent, is gone forever. When you learn to control your time, you learn to control your life. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. You stop surviving and start designing. And finally, the 12th principle. Leverage your strengths. You don't need to be good at everything. You only need to be exceptional at the few things that align with your natural abilities. When you build your life around your strengths, work becomes easier, results come faster, and success feels more natural. Strengths create flow. Flow creates mastery. Mastery creates freedom. Together, these principles form more than a productivity system. They form a philosophy of freedom. A reminder that life is not meant to be spent in endless cycles of work, stress, and exhaustion. You are meant to create, to grow, to explore, to live. And the moment you begin applying these principles, you start reclaiming the one thing that truly belongs to you: your time.